I want to say that I became a mother the first time my intestines were tugged and pulled, and the alien invader shimmied its way into the fetal position in my belly. Or maybe it was when I felt the first kick, but that would be a lie. I don't remember the first kick, but I do remember the heartburn, the intense nausea, the bloating and swelling of my feet. Those are not things that make one a mother. Those are signs of being pregnant, a very short stay in the realm of motherhood. It wasn't at the hospital either. I had a pretty standard labor, less than 5 hours. Yes, there was pain, lots of it, but it's been 16 years, so the pain has since dulled. And when I was presented with a 9-pound, lanky baby boy, I was relieved and happy to know that he had come with the standard features. And I knew I would love him, but still not a motherly bone to be found. In search of this elusive moment, I've spent the past year going through the film of his life, willing myself to find one memory to attach my feelings of motherhood to. Like when he crashed into the crystal clear glass doors and received his Harry Potter mark, taking him to his first day of school and wanting to cry as much as he was, holding his hand in the ER, listening to the off-key beat of his breathing, reading his tear-stained letters while I was in college hundreds of miles away. The year his talent for the school show was walking while balancing books on his head because he thought that was more impressive than singing. Seeing him hold a baby for the first time, having all kinds of embarrassing conversations about where babies come from, and more recently, having conversations about boys and their gross shower habits. I want to say that I felt like a mother through all those moments, a statement which would not be necessarily incorrect, for I did feel like one, but that's almost like arguing a case in court pro se. You feel like you're an attorney, but you're not one. Owning the role, I realize, allows one to take the long view of things because you know that you're not just playing a part. And depending on the day, I could be his sister, his friend, his best friend even, his on-call mom, and since he's been a teen, his estranged relative whom he asked to borrow the car. The fluidity in my role was largely because for many years, my son's family tree was drawn in pencil with many eraser marks, crossing out titles and redrawing lines. Hence, I am Fran, and my mother, his grandmother, is Mami. He has aunts, but they're Chochi and Thelma. Why couldn't we get this straight? Because at the center, there was a piece missing, who his father was. And over the course of 15 years, well, let's just say that last summer, I met my match in stubbornness, and it was time to fess up. As much as I had dreaded the safe sex talks, this talk was the big, huge monster that no book could prepare me for. Nevertheless, being a true student, I read, consulted with both professionals and semi-professionals, aka my girlfriends, and read and Googled and listened to StoryCorps, wishing that someone could show me how. I was convinced that NPR had the answer that Google failed to provide me. When the day came, it was nothing like I had envisioned. There wasn't a professional present, only my brother on standby. I was not calm and collected. Teen emotions run high, and at that moment in my life, mine rivaled his in intensity. But this was it. Could I put my feelings aside? Could I put aside my pain and hurt and be gentle with this truth? This is not easy for me to talk about, I began. When I was a little girl, my father molested me. My father raped me, and I had you. 15 years of holding that secret, 15 years of thinking that I could play this role temporarily, that the family tree could remain in pencil. You just have to get him through high school, I'd tell myself. And in those 15 minutes, I knew that I could never allow anyone to hurt him like I was doing. I did not want secrets in his life. I didn't want shame to cloud his childhood, nor his vision of his future self. that just as soon as I had said the words, I wanted to take them back and tell him a fairy tale story about young, stupid, star-crossed lovers who lived in a world without Planned Parenthood. That for the first time, I wanted to hurt my father, not for what he had done to me, but for what indirectly he was making me do to my son. Much later, when I found myself crying as I stripped paint from my latest Goodwill find, I wasn't crying because paint strippers should only be used with a hazmat suit. I cried because I had taken a huge step to being the mother that I had always wanted to be but was too afraid to become. Because to be her, I would need to let go of the little girl inside of me who never had a choice in the matter. And that day, I began to let go and discovered that I could be selfless for my son. Releasing the secret made real the elusive thing that we all want growing up, a solid hold on where we come from and whom we belong to. He belongs to me. I made the claim real that day. So yes, I became a mother almost 16 years after giving birth. Manuel is my son. I am his mother.